Well, Stephen, fantastic last night. I think everybody who's a Scotland fan thoroughly enjoyed what they saw. What is the atmosphere like in the Scotland squad today?
Yeah, good. Real good. Feel-good factor after the game. Obviously, the atmosphere before, during and after was incredible. Obviously, good to see a lot of friends and family in the stand as well, which gives you that little bit of extra motivation. But yeah, all the boys are on good form, but that's been the case since, even after the result against the Czechs. Disappointing result, but you know, this group of players and hopefully the staff quite good at just staying pretty level with our emotions, and you know, hopefully put ourselves in a decent position looking forward to Tuesday.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see what it meant to everybody involved yesterday. And I guess after the defeat against the Czech Republic, how much belief does that result last night give to yourself and the players?
Yeah, you can't get away from the fact that it's a huge game. It had that extra little bit of spice about it. But I think the belief's always been there. You know, you see a couple of the performances last night. The belief's been there within the group to produce a performance like that. But hopefully, obviously, after delivering it, that gives the lads a little bit more belief in their own ability, because sometimes that can be the case. Sometimes just believe in ourselves a little bit more. Believe that we are good players. Hopefully, good coaches as well, and can deliver a performance like they did last night. Not just a result, but I think more importantly as well, the performance.
I think Rio Ferdinand's become a bit of a meme on the internet because he was so adamant that England were going to beat Scotland yesterday. Listening to him on the radio today, he was talking about how he felt like he missed out on the home internationals. Obviously, it was such a buzz last night. Would you like to see it become more of a regular thing?
Yeah, I think it does give that extra little bit of spice. I've been involved in a Republic of Ireland game against Scotland. I think those internationals always give you that little bit of edge. Obviously, teammates playing against each other, they want to get one over on each other, of course. But yeah, it was definitely, you definitely felt the emotion and the atmosphere. National anthems when they were played, it was, you know, it does give you those goosebump moments, and luckily for us, well, not luckily, rightly so, the lads performed in a game where there was that little bit of pressure to get a result. I don't think we can get away from that, and the boys stepped up. Thank you.
Stephen, Billy Reid. Billy Gilmore. Billy Gilmore was obviously picked in the squad for a reason, but did he surprise you with that performance last night?
I've got to be honest, no. From day one in the camp, he's been incredible. You know, and so have the new arrivals into the squad, David Turnbull and Nathan Patterson. They brought in an energy, an enthusiasm, a quality, and Billy, obviously in particular, has done enough in the camp so far to justify that inclusion into the team, and boy did he step up. Yeah, fantastic displays, brave on the ball, got personality, got confidence, and can't think of too many that I've coached or played with, played against, that have got that at such a young age, to step up in an environment like that, magnitude of the game, to deliver. Yeah, incredible. But so were the other lads that played as well. But he'll get some of the headlines, but you know, it's a great team performance.
This last one on him, widespread praise. I think the Brazilian media were trying to speak to him last night. Everyone was after him. How's he dealing with it all?
He's been great, confident lad. You know, you would think that he'd been in and around it for quite a few years. So in a way, wish I had a little bit of that confidence when I broke into the Republic of Ireland team myself at such a young age. But yeah, he stepped up, but was no surprise at all in the performance that he delivered.
Yeah, you said you watched the Croatia match. Have you seen enough in Croatia to make you believe, yes, you can get that win on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think the performances that we've delivered, even the Czech performance, I know a lot of the headlines were negative ones, but you could argue the performance was actually better than the game that we beat the Czechs in the Nations League. You know, we created the chances, we just need that, possibly that little bit of luck, a little ricochet. Obviously the Czech keeper makes a save, it doesn't bounce our way, they get a ricochet, Schick scores an absolute wonder goal. Same last night, decent opportunities created again. Again, one or two bounces that didn't go our way, but I think the performances have been good. I think if we deliver another one like that on Tuesday, hopefully we can just find that, that little bit of cutting edge to get the ball across the line.
Did everyone come through unscathed?
Yeah, all good. Obviously, sometimes in a game like that, it's that adrenaline, but no, all the players come through well. Go again tomorrow and start preparing for what's going to be an incredible game on Tuesday.
Stephen, after a game like that, are the players shattered after using up so much nervous energy?
I don't think so. The lads have had a little get together this morning and done the recovery protocols that we do. We've been busy doing our little bits and pieces, but lads are on great form, and I think in the environment we're in, we're so close to the game on Tuesday. I think that good feeling is just going to carry on. I don't think there's going to be any tiredness, any aches or pains. The physio room's probably going to be the quietest that it's ever going to be in the next couple of days, that's for sure. So no, all the players in good form, recovering, obviously all the bits and pieces that go along with that, the spa, the nutrition, all of that, getting themselves ready for the game on Tuesday.
What did you make of Kieran Tierney's recovery, and has there been any reaction from him?
No, all good again. Obviously a decent, like I say, every player performed well, but no, again, he stepped in after missing that Czech game like he'd not been away. So yeah, no reaction, everyone feeling good, everyone fit and available for training tomorrow and the build up to that game.
Where are the goals in the team?
Where are they? Hopefully coming on Tuesday. Again, maybe it's just that rub of the green at the moment, getting into some great areas, into a lot of areas and a lot of positions and a lot of chances created that you could argue that we've not been creating as many in so many games as the last few months. But yeah, we're just hoping, we keep working, keep getting into those sort of positions that we found ourselves in the last couple of games, and at some point hopefully we'll get that goal or two that will hopefully again see us into the next phase of the tournament.
Stephen, it looks as though we've just seen a few of the lads going to play golf, I think, for a couple of holes. Is that going to be part of the preparation, or I suppose the relaxation after last night?
I think it's important that you get that little bit of time to switch off, just take your mind off football if you can, as much as you can. I've been involved in a tournament, and you do need those, day or two during that, really intense camp to switch off, have a few holes. Won't be a full 18, that's for sure, but just even to get out there, have a couple of swings, have a bit of a walk, a little bit of a chat. It's important for obviously the players and ourselves as the coaches as well, because it's such an intense few weeks that you do need that little switch off. But the facility has been incredible. The hotel, the training facility, the recovery facilities that they've got, it's all been top class.
You mentioned the headlines after the Czech defeat, some of them negative. Did that maybe play part of the team talk last week?
Not especially. I've mentioned it before. The manager's got an ability to block out all the noise, to try and keep that away from the group and the players as much as possible. I think the players have, certainly for me, social media can take a back seat. Try and avoid looking at it as much as you can. I've not really had the TV on in the 3 weeks that we've been in La Finca and obviously our training camp here. Very rarely do I switch the TV on. Just try and block out all the noise. I think Sod spoke really well after the game last night about outside influences and that negative energy that can come into the group. But no, I think, like I said, the manager's got a great ability to shield all of those negative headlines away from the group and fully focus on the performance that you saw last night, and hopefully we'll see again on Tuesday.
And can I ask you about Scott McTominay, because before the tournament, Steve said that he's going to be considered as a midfielder for us. He obviously moved back into centre back last night. Do you think that's in there to stay for the remainder of the tournament?
We'll have to assess that. Obviously, that was the team last night to face an England team that we felt was the best for the occasion. Scott's obviously got that ability, as Kieran has on the left side, to step into midfield positions, to have that quality playing out from the back, and you know, he's got that gift of being able to play in a few different positions. Obviously, gave us the opportunity to play Billy into midfield, and obviously Callum as well. You know, Callum is one that, you know, sort of goes under the radar a little bit himself, and I thought he was magnificent last night, as were you know, every player to a man. But you know, he does a lot of the work that some people don't see, but certainly bits and pieces that we see as coaches, and a lot of the work that goes unseen by many. But yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was going to say he could have been upset after being left out against the Czechs, but he didn't look that way at all last
No, he didn't, and I'm sure he would have been upset. He's been a massive part of every squad, every team since myself and the manager have been involved in the setup. But an absolute model professional, everything that you'd want in a footballer. Does his extras, methodical in his preparation, whether he's starting or not. He's great to have in the dressing room. He's a leader. Obviously been captain for club and country as well at different moments. So, and that's important. It's important that you've got that squad that, you know, that those especially, and it's been tough. Obviously, we've got to remember the players that have not been involved in the matchday squads at all, and they play a bigger part a lot of the times the starters, because you need that harmony in the group. You need that togetherness, and all the players, from those that are starting to those that have not been on the bench, have been a credit to themselves.
Stephen, will the game against Croatia require a different tactical approach, and how much of a challenge is it to implement that with such a quick turnaround between games?
I'm sure there'll be tweaks. We've obviously analysed the games and strengths and weaknesses of the opposition, and try as best as we can to get as much information and detail into our approach as possible. Got a couple of days training now to do that. Got the video work, which is crucial at this level, because sometimes you don't get the training time on the grass to work on everything in such a short period of time, because going into a match day -2 tomorrow and a +2, and you know, all of those different scenarios. So a lot of it will be on video, trying to clip and obviously give a big shout to our analyst, who's just been working tirelessly all the way through. So yeah, it's a lot of video. It's the work on the grass. It's a second day recovery tomorrow as well, so you've got to be careful on how much you do. But you know, make no mistake, come Tuesday we'll be prepared and ready for the battle with Croatia.
We'll go to James on Zoom.
Hi Stephen, congratulations on a fantastic result last night for Scotland. It's an obvious question really, but you know, how crucial and how important is it that you go on and get those 3 points on Tuesday? Because ultimately, within the wider context of the tournament, last night won't count for an awful lot if you don't go and do that.
Well, that's right. It's crucial, because if we don't, we'll be heading home. So we've got that feeling. A few of us spoke about it after the game. We're not ready to go home yet. We want to extend it. We want to go on. We want to go a little bit deeper into the tournament. So as good as the performance was last night against a very good England team, ultimately it means nothing if we're heading home on Wednesday. So we want to take the positives from the 2 games that we've played, and hopefully, obviously, get a goal or 2 as well. Again, because if we don't score, again, we'll be heading home. So been good so far, but it's important that we just add that little final bit, and hopefully that will be enough to see us through.
Cheers, all the best.
Cheers, James.
We'll take a question from Roddy.
Hi, just to ask you, after the performance at Wembley, how much harder is it for the other players to get into this team now?
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but again, we're going to look at Croatia, which we have done, and what their strengths and weaknesses are. If there's a tweak or 2 to be made, it will be done. It will be the right team for the occasion. But yeah, obviously the boys that performed last night were outstanding. But again, everyone's got to be ready. Stuart Armstrong and Kevin Nisbet come onto the pitch and do well in that short period of time as well. So everyone's ready. Players are obviously going to be disappointed when they're not selected, especially the boys that are missing out on being in the matchday squad completely. So yeah, the boys again performed outstanding last night, but we'll look at Croatia, and if changes need to be made, then it will be done.
Final question from Gavin.
Hi Steve, just on the subject of goals, I mean, how pleased were you with the way Lyndon Dykes and Shea Adams kind of teamed up, even if they didn't find the net, they were causing problems for England and can maybe create goals for others as well?
Yeah, absolutely, and the same obviously had that period in the Czech game, which showed some decent link-up play in the first game, and again last night they caused the English backline a lot of problems. Lyndon obviously is that presence up there, that big physical presence that is going to cause any defence problems, and the link-up play was good. Again, it's maybe one of those occasions where it wasn't quite falling for us, wasn't quite getting that last connection and getting the ball into the net. But no, they showed some good play, but obviously the build-up play into getting it up to the two front players was decent as well. You know, playing through the thirds and a bravery to get on the ball and play under pressure. So a lot of the build-up play to get to that point was very good last night. But yeah, I thought the two boys that played up top did a fantastic job.